was called... How is everybody? Are you all having a good week? That's good. Is my group having a good week? just checking. Just checking. They're suffering tomorrow. Yes, I heard that. Yes, we're suffering tomorrow. That's it. Yes. So welcome to Wednesday night's entertainment. Joe originally asked me if I wanted to do tonight's entertainment, and as I was doing a kind of a week of sessions and stuff, I thought, I wonder if there's anybody else. And Joe came back and they said, oh, there's a guy coming called Tim who plays jazz guitar. And so I said, oh, that sounds good. Let's just do something together. So tonight, me and Tim are going to we're going to chat, and we're going to talk and share songs and music and talk about what we do, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. Sorry? So I'm going to sing one more song, and then Tim's going to come up, and we'll have a chat and hear what Tim does as well. So this is a song that I wrote in, I think, 2019. It was the Summerfest before lockdown. And who was here for that Summerfest? The Summerfest before lockdown. The theme, just to jog your memories, the theme at Summerfest that year was food and welcome, which was absolutely brilliant. It was a great week, and I had just been to just before Summerfest. I'd been to a folk festival down in the Midlands, where there was a guy there that I know who makes guitars and everything, and he made this instrument. And this isn't a guitar. This is called a gazook. Yeah, that's the right noise. Okay, if you're not into guitars, if you could just look interested just for a minute. Okay, so this is a gazook. There is a Greek instrument called a bouzouki. Yeah, that's more good noises. And a bouzouki is kind of like, it's almost like a triangle teardrop shape. But this is basically a bouzouki with a guitar shape, so they call it a gazook. And it's like, if you play mandolin, if you know what a mandolin is, it's like a really big mandolin, and it's got a really lovely sound. And so I went to this folk festival, and it was a really expensive festival for me, because I fell in love with this instrument, and I bought it here, and I thought, I've really got to write a song on this now, because I got to justify having it. And like I say, the theme was food and welcome. And I think one thing I've learned from Scargill and from doing a lot of these gigs all over the place in various different churches, one of the most powerful gifts we have is the gift of welcome. I think the gift of welcome changes the world. And that's what this is about. This journey is long and the path can be hard on your feet. Beyond the horizon, the promises that you can't reach. And the hills are ablaze with the sunlight that's out of your reach. Oh, you're not alone. No, you're not alone. Come take your place at the table. Come and let go of your cares. Yeah, come break the bread. Come raise a glass, oh come, for your place is prepared. Yeah, you'll find a door that's wide open. Oh, you'll find a shelter from storm. And you'll find a heart as wide as the sky that welcomes you into the warm. When the warmth of the sun brings you memories of brighter days. Oh, and the trees whisper secrets passed on by the cold winds of change. Yeah, when daylight is fading and home can seem so far away. Yeah, you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. Come take your place at the table. Come and let go of your cares. Oh, come break the bread. Come raise a glass. Oh, come for your place is prepared. And you'll find a door that's wide open. Oh, you'll find a shelter from storm. And you'll find a heart as wide as the sky that welcomes you into the warm. Take off your pack, set it down as you come through the door. Or take the weight off your feet, pull a chair up, yeah, enjoy the warmth. As we share the stories of places we've all been before. Yeah, you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. So come take your place at the table. Yeah, come and let go of your cares. Oh, come break the bread. Come raise a glass. Oh, come for your place, it's prepared. And you'll find a door that's wide open. Yeah, you'll find a shelter from storm. And you'll find a heart as wide as the sky that welcomes you into the war. Thank you very much. Will you please welcome Tim? That's that one there.
Oh, it's that one there.
The one that says mute.
That was a clue, wasn't it, really? It just proves how dyslexic I really am.
I love this. You've got all this technology.
I have no idea. Yes, that's very, very good. I've never heard Rob play before. And I'm sitting here thinking, goodness, this guy's a real performer. He knows how to, perform in public. When I play guitar, which is not that often, I play background music in bars, in bistros. No one can see me. I add atmosphere. So you're going to have a big change now, I tell you. You're definitely not, won't be jumping about clapping. But what you need to do, you need to get into the bar atmosphere. You need to get into the kind of coffee shop jazz atmosphere. So I can't provide the cocktails, I'm afraid. But if you can try and imagine that. Now, with Rob's stuff, you have to concentrate, I noticed, because there's a message. There's something profound being said. With this, you don't have to concentrate. You just have to drift away and get into the mood.
So what we could really do is watch what you play and really watch.
No, please don't. I thought you were going to be friendly, Rob.
It'd be great.
And I'll tell you about it afterwards. That's clever, isn't it?
No hands, that was really good. So what was that called?
Ah, this is a big problem. Well, I was thinking that when you have lyrics, there's very, very obvious thing it's called. So you said at the beginning that you couldn't have called that song anything else. And if you think about it, Yesterday couldn't be called anything else. A Hard Day's Night couldn't be called anything else. Help couldn't be called anything else because it's the lyric. But with instrumental music,
Can you use your mic? Because there's going to be people that can't hear.
with instrument,
No, you're on. It's on. It's on. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there.
I'm mucking about. It's all right. So with instrumental music, it could be called anything. I was going to call a song "Strawberry Sunshine" once because it just sounded nice. So, and what's really confusing, and this is, so I can do the plug straight away, is that I did have names for all these tunes, and I play with a bass player. You can hear him in the background because I play with other musicians, and I had names for all these tunes. And then we decided we were going to do a concept album, and we were going to support a charity which is called Wild Futures, and it's a monkey sanctuary and a wildlife trust. And we thought, let's call all the songs the names of monkeys. So the bass player, who's an expert about monkeys, came up with all these names for monkeys. Now I haven't got a clue what any of the songs are called now because I can't remember. And literally, when we do something together, I'm saying to him, "What's the one that goes da 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 da?" Because I've got to find the right monkey. And he goes. So it's called after. I think it's called Grooming Train because that's what monkeys do, isn't it?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's called that. But if you ask me and it's not in front of me, I couldn't tell you.
That's a great way to record an album. I could have an idea for an album then, and I'm going to do an album about this. I think every song needs to be called after this, and then I'd have to go and write songs about monkeys. Yeah.
So some of them are the characters. So the lively ones are lively monkeys.
Oh right, okay.
And the dull ones are dull monkeys.
Okay. Interesting.
But the band, we do have a bit of a message. Your songs have a real message. Yeah. It's right. And the mute buttons working. So it does have a message. See, because we're called meat-free music, because we're veggie.
Ah, right.
So all our music is meat-free. So you're safe with it. Anyway, you can tell us about your next song then.
I don't know what I'm going to do next. What shall I do next?
Is it named after a monkey?
No, it's not. No, I could name them after. So all my guitars have names.
That's lovely.
Do your guitars have names?
No, they don't. I don't keep them long enough.
How many guitars do you have?
About 6 usable ones.
Right, usable ones. I like that. Yeah.
I've got lots that are falling apart.
Yeah.
But my wife has a policy: is if I ever get a new guitar, I've got to get rid of the previous one. So.
Yeah. Wanting. Look at that.
But I gather that's
laying
not.
down the law there, Michelle.
But I gather that's not true with you.
Well, I use different tunings. So every time, if I discover a new tuning, I need to get a new guitar.
Michelle, I've discovered a new tuning. I've discovered.
So what you
in fact, several new tunings I've discovered here.
That's what you need to do. You see. I learned to play guitar on a standard tune instrument. That's this one. This is Clive. I think my group have met Clive already, haven't you? Yeah. Yes, and I learned. I first got a guitar when I was 11 years old. I was involved in a car crash, and I smashed up my leg, and so I was in hospital for a little while, about 6 months, with my leg up in a traction, and it was just really boring. And but to pass the time, my mum bought me a guitar, a battered old nylon string guitar, and she bought me a Complete Guitar Player Book 1, which taught you 3 chords, A, D, and E. And did anybody have that book? Did anybody recognise that book? It was very similar to Burt Whedon's Tune a Day. It was that kind of thing, yeah.
I used to sell that book.
Did you really? Yeah. And you could play anything. And so when I went back to school, I got into a lot of trouble at school, and I got kicked out of lessons and all that kind of stuff. And in the end, the teacher said, "Look, you like music, why don't you just go and hang out in the music room at lunchtime? There's some other lads in there. Just, keep out of trouble, but just do that, And so I went to the music room and I met, there was a few of us in there and we formed our band, and our band was called the Freak Brothers. And we really weren't very good, But it was funny because this was kind of in the mid-'80s, I guess. And we were kind of, I guess we should have been into all the music that was around in the mid-'80s, But we weren't. Our drummer, his dad was a teddy boy, and he introduced us to 50s rock and roll, and we loved it. And the kind of, the 1950s stuff and the rockabilly stuff. So the Stray Cats were around then. I don't know if you remember that. Anybody remember the Stray Cats? Yeah, we loved them. The great thing about rock and roll was it was 3 chords, which was all that this book had taught me. And so I could do anything, Be-bop-a-lula, she's my baby. Be-bop-a-lula, I don't mean maybe. Be-bop-a-lula, she's my... Really interesting lyrics. But, it was all that kind of stuff. Our favourite... Our favourite was Buddy Holly. We loved Buddy Holly. And we wanted to... Yeah, so it was things like... If you knew Peggy Sue with a love so rare and true, oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue, oh, well, I love you, girl, and I want you, Peggy Sue. The thing is, we wanted to be kind of guitar gods as well. We wanted to have that lead guitar solo, but none of us were really lead guitar players. But with Buddy Holly, it didn't matter because Buddy Holly's guitar stuff, his guitar breaks were just 3 chords, so we could do them. Yeah, guitar break, hey? Eric Clapton. But then every sort of rock and roll song has like this thing called the middle 8 or the bridge. And in Peggy Sue, this was a problem because the middle 8 had a 4th chord. We had to learn F. Thank you. That's the worst chord, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah, you got it really. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, girl, and I want you, Peggy Sue. So that was Peggy Sue, and that's what we learned. And then we played that at a talent contest. Now, I grew up in Worthing. Anybody been to Worthing? Woo! It's a great place to come from. And I grew up in Worthing, and it was fine. Although there wasn't anything to do as kids, which is why we got into so much trouble as kids. Yeah, but yeah, it had the sea. We live in Coventry now. Not much sea in Coventry, except starts with C. But there you go. Hey. We entered a talent contest on the Pavilion Pier, and we were up against... Well, Worthing was famous in the 80s. Because it had the highest population of old age pensioners anywhere in the south. It beat Eastbourne, It really wasn't a place for teenagers. So we entered a talent contest, and we were up against an opera singer and a flautist. And we were this sort of rock and roll punk kind of band, and we did our stuff, and we didn't win. But a guy met us, and he says, "Oh, lads, I thought you was great. I got a studio. Come and record a song in my studio. I'll charge you 20 quid." So we thought, yeah, okay. It's a £5 each. So we went into his studio, and we chose this song.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bone. It takes a mind that's weak and a bag that's strong. You load 16 tons. And what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. So we recorded this song. Now, there was a problem because when I sing songs, I really like to sing with a bit of conviction. You know, I like people to believe me when I'm singing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We were like 12, 13 years old. Our voices hadn't broken. So when it got to the last verse, there was a problem. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. I got one fist of iron, the other of steel. And if the right one doesn't get you, then the left one will. So that didn't really work. Do you see what I mean? I should, yeah. But yeah, things got quite bad when I was a kid. I ended up running away, and when I was 15, lived on the streets for a little while, and ended up in the Midlands and met some Christians who really did help me to turn my life around and sort me out. And I kind of pursued music a little bit, just as a bit of a hobby, I guess. But it wasn't. It was when. It wasn't until 2001, and a lot of you will know my story. But in 2001, my dad worked in. He'd moved to America when I was very young, and he'd done very well for himself. Was in finance. Worked for a company called Aon, big reinsurance company, and his office was on the 99th floor of the World Trade Center, and he was killed on 9/11. Which is why I started doing this as a job, because I felt like I really had something to say, you know. And a lot of stuff has happened since then. A lot of stuff, you know. It only feels like it was yesterday. I can still remember really well. But yeah, I've met so many people. And one of the people I've met it was a guy in America, and he's a singer-songwriter, and his name is Rob Halligan. And he's a Christian. And we thought, this is funny. There is a Christian in America with the same name as me who's doing the same job as me. And Bob is, he's an amazing guy. He's got an amazing band. He's worked with some incredible people. He's worked with people like, I don't know, Cher, Michael Bolton, and Kiss, and Judas Priest, and a real range of people. And in his basement, which is his music room, on his wall, he has all these gold and platinum discs with my name on. So anyway, we thought what we're going to do, we thought for this last album, I wanted to do some duets. And so one of the duets I did was with Bob, and it's called Small World. And yeah. When I was a boy, I used to think that the world was a big old place, and the road out of town was only meant for the strong and the brave. I spent my days in the world of make-believe, where I was a hero with a beautiful queen, and the bad guy would run a mile at the sound of my name. And the news on the TV just seemed like a movie as I searched for a fifth name. Running fast through the clouds with the dust in the blue. No, it's the wrong words. I'll get it right in a minute. And there was fire in the sky and a glint in the eye of the guy who would get the girl. Yeah, that was a life away in another world. And yeah, it was a small world, small world, small world. Oh, it's a small world, small world, small world. dad took a job and a wife, and he chased the American dream, or taking his life right to the other side of the world. So I took a flight and I followed him right to the skyscraper city with its million lights, and the life of my boyhood dreams crashed into my world. 'Cause yeah, it was a small world, small world, small world. Oh, it's a small world, small world, small world. And then the news on the TV, it seemed like a movie as I searched for a face I knew. Running fast with the crowds from the dust and the clouds through the streets that I'd been to. There was fire in the sky, dust in the eyes, the whole world seemed to stall. I was less than a heartbeat away when I saw it fall. It was a small world, yeah. Oh, it's a small world. My daddy told me that I'd go far with the songs that I had and my guitar. Now I had something to say about the things I'd seen. So I took these songs of a bigger love. I found new friends and a namesake brother, and a life that we could share with the songs that we sang. It was a small world, yeah. Small world, small world. Does anybody know what the first song they ever played on Radio 1 was? There you go, Flowers in the Rain by The Move. And I know that, right, because when I was a kid, we used to go to America to see my dad. And I remember he just bought this car, this new car, and we were driving along. It was a Toyota Avalon. We were driving along. It was fiddling around with all the controls and the radio and everything. He turned the radio on. The Flowers in the Rain came on the radio. I'm just sitting watching flowers in the rain. Feel the power of the rain making my garden grow. And he said to me, Robert, you hear this song? This was the first song they ever played on Radio 1. Remember that, you'll need it for a pub quiz. And then he turned it up and he started singing along really badly. And do you ever get those songs that when you hear them, they just take you back to a moment? They don't particularly mean anything, but it's just it's just the reference point in your life. And if I guess it was beginning of last year sometime, it came on the radio, Flowers in the Rain, and I was driving along, and suddenly I was back there in America in this brand new Toyota Avalon with my dad driving along, singing along really badly. Just played that song about the flowers and the rain. I closed my eyes and I saw you again, with that spark in your eye, your mischievous grin. Strange what a song can do. Now I'm in the back of that old Avalon on Route 78, and we're moving along. You reach down and turn the radio on. Oh, it's strange what a song can do. It's true, I regret that we ran out of time. There's things I would say if I was still by your side. But I found a way in these chords and these rhymes. I found a way back to you. DJ says this one will never grow old. You've got no idea how this music will hold to a moment in time more precious than gold. It's strange what a song can do. Side, but I found a way in these chords and these rhymes. I found a way back to you. When I hear Carl sing those opening lines, and I see the land of my childhood pass by, and you're joining in badly, but that's all alright, 'cause it's strange what a song can do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I suggest something? After what Rob's shared, very powerfully shared, rather than doing silly songs about monkeys, I'm going to just play something quiet so you can reflect on what Rob's been talking about, because I think it's quite powerful to reflect on that. So let's just do that. Just sit back and think about what Rob's been saying.
Sorry. Can I just ask, are these all your tunes? Wow, lovely. Lovely. Oh, it's really nice. No, it's lovely. It's lovely. I think music has a real power to sort of reach people, you know, which is one of the reasons that I, after 9/11, I really wanted to sort of say something, you know. I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, and I think that's the thing. And so I think music, songwriting, not just songwriting, but even tune writing is such a big part of that, you know. This is Bartholomew. So Bartholomew's, you know the story, don't you? Bartholomew's first gig was in Morecambe. Yay! Anybody here from Morecambe? There's a wonderful place in Morecambe where it's Heysham, really, isn't it? Heysham. Sorry, and it's called West End Impact, and it's a brilliant place. And they run. There's a church there that runs like a drop-in centre. That's yeah. It's wonderful. And sorry, I'm there. Thank you. I'm there at the end. Just saying. And yeah, I did a concert there, and it was, I just bought this guitar. I didn't have a name, and Morecambe being the place where Eric is from. You know, he said once, you know, he was asked about sort of, you know, being on the Queen's birthday honours list, and he said, oh, I don't need to be. I've already got MBE at the end of my name. I thought that was brilliant. But yeah, I said to the wonderful people at in Heysham. I said, this is my new guitar. What should I call it? And somebody said Eric. And I just thought, it doesn't really look like an Eric. Are there any Erics here? I don't want to offend any Erics. And I thought, no. And then somebody said Bartholomew, and I thought, yes, that's the name. Yeah, well, that really works, Bartholomew. But why? Why Bartholomew? That was his real name. Eric Morecambe's real name, Eric Bartholomew. You see, you come to my gigs and you learn things.
And it's a Wetherspoons in the middle of Morecambe. It's Eric Bartholomew.
Oh, is it? I picked this guitar up. It's basically an open C tuning. Actually, that's C minor. Actually, let's do a C minor song, shall we? Let's do this. Anybody heard of Dougie MacLean? So Dougie MacLean got me into C minor tuning or open C tuning. And I grew up on the south coast. But this is about... so we're going to go from the south coast up to the north coast of Scotland, to the coast of Mull, where Dougie's grandfather was a fisherman. Crashing and the tide pulls out. It's an angry sea and there is no doubt the lighthouse will keep shining out to warn the weary sailor. And the lightning strikes, the wing cuts cold through the sailor's bone to the sailor's soul. It's nothing left that he can hold except a rolling ocean. And I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, oh, I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Oh, give me mercy for my dreams, 'cause every confrontation seems to tell me what it really means to be the lonely sailor. And as you draw me to your side, you'll love me warm, you'll love me, and I should have realized I had no reason to be frightened. And I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, oh, I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Distance, it is no real friend, and time will take its time, and you'll find that in the end it brings you me, the lonely sailor. And as the sky begins to clear and the sun it melts away my fear, cry a silent weary tear for those who need to love me. And I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, oh, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, oh, I am ready for the storm. Ready for the storm. Thank you. I think we've probably got time. What time is it? About 5 to... Sorry? 10 more minutes. So do you want to? You going to do another one? Yeah. Do you want Tim to do another one? Yeah, Tim. Yeah. If Tim does one, and then I'll do one, and then we'll finish with one together.
Yeah, let's do that.
How's that sound?
Yeah. Turn that down.
That's really nice. That's really nice. I think I couldn't do that because I need the words to remember a song. Even
Any of the stuff you do. So.
even if I forget the words to the song, I still, you know. Do you know what I go to anybody here go to folk clubs? Any folkies here? This one. Folk clubs are great sometimes. And you turn up to some really good sessions sometimes, and they'll sit around and they start playing a tune, and it's like they'll just start, and then suddenly everybody will join in, like they'll all know this random tune, you know, and they all have funny names like Throttle the Turkey or something like that, and it's like,
That was the name of that tune.
got it. And I think, how do you know that? And yeah, but in the midst of all of the silliness and all of the fun and everything, I think it's wonderful just to remember how much we're loved. You know, I started with talking about welcome and everything, how much we're welcomed and how much the power of welcome. And I think that's right at the heart of who God is. How he loves us, how he welcomes us, how he sees each one of us, knows about every one of us. And despite of what he knows, he still loves us. Your thoughts are too marvelous for me. You hear every word I say before I get the chance to speak. But there's nowhere that I can hide away. You see my every shadow. You are my brightest day. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Every breath I take, it is a gift of your amazing grace. Though my life is like the spray on a storm-tossed wave, to you my life is treasure, and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. All the stars in the heavens sing your praise. There's no song that I could bring to match the anthem that they raise. But you stoop down and you listen at my door. Despite my feeble efforts, you say you want to know me more. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Every breath I take is a gift of your amazing grace. Though my life is like the spray on a storm-tossed wave, to you my life is treasure, and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Every breath I take is a gift of your amazing grace. Though my life is like the spray on a storm-tossed wave, to you my life is treasure, and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. To you my life is treasure, and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So we're going to finish. We've had lots of different kinds of music. So we were thinking, is there anything we can play together? Is there anything, that we can do together? And we realised no, there isn't really.
I only do songs about monkeys, so it's very difficult to find a monkey song, really.
But does anybody remember somebody called Larry Norman? Yes. And, there are all kinds of music. I remember learning this song years ago.
You're going to have to give this a set-up time, so I need a bit of set-up.
We have never played this before together. So we're going to be in. See, that's a nice guitar. That guitar needs a name, doesn't it? Isn't that a nice guitar?
Any monkeys?
Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk car in the West. So I got the words, which I can,
Honestly, I've never played this song before.
What could possibly go wrong?
Lots a lot. What key is it in?
E. E. It's a rock and roll song. I want people to know that he saved my soul, but I still like to listen to the radio. Say the rock and roll is wrong, give you one more chance. I feel so good, I'm gonna get up and dance. I know what's right, I know what's wrong, I don't confuse it. All I'm really trying to say is, why should the devil have all the good music? There's nothing wrong with what I play. Jesus is the rock and he wrote my blues away. They say they cut my hair, driving me insane. I grew it out long to make room for my brain. Sometimes people don't understand what's a good boy doing in a rock and roll band. Nothing wrong with playing blues licks, but if you got a reason, tell me to my face. Why should the devil have all the good music? There's nothing wrong with what I play. Jesus is the rock and he wrote my blues away. I ain't knocking the hymns, just give me a song that has a beat. I ain't knocking those hymns, just give me something to amuse my feet. I don't like none of those funeral marches. I ain't dead yet. Hey, Jesus told the truth, Jesus told the way. There's one more thing I'd like to say. They nailed him to a cross and they laid him in the ground, but they should have known you can't keep a good man down. Feel so good every day, I don't wanna lose it. All I Jesus is the rock and he wrote my blues. Jesus is the rock and he wrote my blues. Jesus is the rock and he wrote my blues. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim!
All the signs of a wasted youth, that was.
So Tim has some CDs. I have some CDs out there and other things as well. And yeah, so
if you want one of these, just donate something, because it all goes to charity, and just donate whatever you want. And the monkeys will really appreciate it.
and if you want one of mine, then donate the price that it says. And I am a very worthy cause.
But you're professional.
And it's hot chocolate. Woo!